Bags are packed. You have everything ready to go on your next golf vacation. But the actual travel part, is it worth it? Is it birdies or is it BS? Golf is not that hard.
Well, it doesn't have to be. That's why we cut through all the highbrow golf BS to give you what you really need to know to enjoy the golfing experience.
I'm Doug Smith.
And I'm Cheyenne Woods.
And together we have over 50 years experience playing the game of golf at every level.
Every week we'll break down a new topic in 10 minutes or less, answering some of the most popular questions in golf today.
You're welcome.
Now, Doug, you and I have been playing golf for a very long time.
Just a small amount.
We've traveled to a lot of places with our golf clubs. A lot of people like to vacation with their clubs, but what they might not know is that it sucks sometimes.
You know what? Like, as a custom club fitter and working in the industry of golf, I really love the customer that buys multiple sets, but I also envy that same customer because they've learned something that we haven't learned just yet. That traveling with your clubs sucks.
And being a professional golfer, I've been traveling the last 7 years with my clubs. Literally everywhere I go, I have this big ass golf bag that is always overweight.
I never
I'm
understood
always
that.
paying that overweight fee. People are always asking me if I play in the band. Am I carrying around a cello? And no, they're clubs.
You got a cello in that bag there,
But
young
I've
lady?
definitely experienced some travel woes carrying my clubs everywhere. They don't get there. Something's broken. They're late. They're lost. So it's definitely tough.
You fly with your golf bag. Have you ever even entertained the other shipping mechanisms that you could use?
There are definitely options for us now, whether you're a professional or an amateur, to where you can pay these companies. They pick up your bag and they drop it off to you wherever your destination is. I know professionals who have used it. I know amateurs who have used it. And I've heard mixed reviews. But at the same time, if you're on the airline, it's never guaranteed either. You
Right.
know, I've had my clubs lost. Things have been broken, like I said before. So I don't know. I think you could really go either way.
With your mixed traveling reviews, wouldn't it just be easier if people rented clubs when they got to their destination?
That's another option that I don't think people are aware of. I've personally, again, I've never done it. I should be a little bit more experienced.
You should just a touch.
right?
Just a touch.
Am
Sorry.
I really an expert?
Right. Not on this. No, not on renting clubs. No.
But I've been to so many clubs where I play in a Pro-Am, and all of my Pro-Am partners have rented their clubs, and they love it. They rave about it because they don't have to travel and lug their clubs around. The clubs are there waiting for them at the golf course on their golf cart for them. The only thing is that it comes with a price.
It does come with a price. And as a former assistant pro at a club, that price can vary club to club, but I've seen them be as low as $50 for a rental set, and I've seen it be, $150 for a rental set. And then you don't know what you're going to get.
That's what I was going to say.
That's my issue.
That's
It's
the
like,
thing.
you
It's kind of like a mystery of what you're going to get, which can be fun because a lot of times I've seen them with the brand new TaylorMade or Titleist or whatever brand it might
That's right.
be.
Brand new, out the gate.
And that's kind of fun for
Out the
amateurs
plastic.
just to test things out for that one round.
It is, but you know what? That's an opportunity for that macho individual to think that, I need the stiff clubs. It's like, no, we got these graphite for you over here that you're going to need these graphite clubs. But then it's like, then some people might, be overzealous and get clubs that are too stiff. But, at least you didn't have to pay the $60 round trip airfare fee for your bag.
Right. And I think another thing people need to think about before traveling is maybe their level of play. If I'm a beginner and I'm only going to play one round while I'm out there, do I really want to have the hassle of taking my clubs and paying and lugging them everywhere? Or do I want the convenience of just having clubs at the course there already for me?
Yeah, and it comes with balls. If you do rent,
Does it
rent
really?
a set, you get balls
See,
and
that's a
tees.
bonus.
It
I
is a
didn't know
bonus.
that.
Try that out. If you do travel with your clubs, try renting a set when you get there. But if you're like me, I know my golf game with my own clubs. My
Right.
clubs are tuned for me. So I want my own stuff. My own stuff.
You know your numbers, you know your bag. So that's something that a lot of people will want when they're on vacation,
But-
playing their dream golf course.
But the secret, though, is I don't take my clubs often when I have a connecting flight.
Interesting.
I've had my clubs lost, and I'm not a big fan of the airlines with my clubs. So
Yeah,
it's
I
really
totally get that.
Granted, I have had a club my set get lost on a direct flight, which
I don't know how that happens.
airlines, just somebody send me a note. How
You've
is this
got one
even-
job. You've got
How-
one job.
Just put the
my
bag
bag on the plane.
on the plane. Just scan the ticket, put it there. It's supposed to be there.
Okay, question for you. When you're traveling with your clubs, soft case or hard case? Because I know there's a lot of debate. Some of the hard cases people think are more sturdy or durable for your clubs, and I personally use a soft case.
I use a soft case too.
Okay.
But I had a hard case. This is where I started. And you know what pissed me off? The airline was so disrespectful that the case cracked. And I was kind of like, you know what? this Teflon mesh fabric, stuff, it might, have a little bit more wear and tear when they're handling my clubs. So I go soft case, but the secret that I do that I've never seen anybody else do, I flip my clubs upside down in my golf bag.
Interesting.
I don't like to let my clubs jingling.
Anything can snap if they're just hanging out there.
I feel like when the weight's in the bottom of the travel case, that my shafts are just the only things banging around, and there's a grip on top. So that's just soft, just love right there.
Yeah.
So,
and I know these people pay way too much for these golf clubs to afford to chance them snapping.
Absolutely. And I unscrew my wood heads, so I don't send...
Oh, that's too much for me. I wouldn't even know what to screw it back to.
That's why
everything would be all twisted
have a
up.
note setting in your phone.
Okay, you are a club fitter. I am not.
I'm just saying, my driver should be as standard.
That's true.
And put it in the notes. This is what I got to deal with, man. It's all right, though. I still love you, Shy. But, there's different ways to go about traveling. And what I want you guys to understand is you can also rent a set when you get to the club. It's going to cost you just as much to rent a set as it is going to be to take your clubs. And if you use a carrier service, you're going to pay double what the airline pays one way. So $120 versus $60 to ship your clubs if you stroll them through the airport.
Another thing that is so important for people to think about when they are traveling in the airport with golf clubs is the baggage weight and the limit weight. I've had some really bad experiences with taking my clubs on trips. My rookie year, I was traveling overseas. It was overweight, and they give you an oversized charge.
That's disrespectful.
And I had to pay $300 for my golf clubs.
That's one way.
I literally had a heart attack there. I almost started to cry.
This is pre-sponsored days?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that hurts.
This was baby Cheyenne.
Oh, Lord.
No money, just trying to make my way. But that's when I learned you really have to look at the small print of these airlines. Are they going to charge me for an oversized bag? Do I get 2 free bags, which some airlines provide?
Some do.
What's the weight limit? Most clubs are 50 pounds, similar to a suitcase. So that's all you get.
And if you're going to Latin America on Latin American flights, you got to be careful because they measure things in kilo. I mean, you only get like 30. I don't remember the number, Shy. You travel more than me. It's like 30 kilos.
It's like 20 to 25, maybe.
It's less than 50 pounds. I know that. So you better be careful.
You just have to make sure you know how much weight you have and how much weight you're allowed, because that bill is not fun once you get hit with that.
Absolutely. So be careful how many keys you moving across those international borders. When it comes to that golf work, you only get like 20 keys. So be careful out there. Well, Cheyenne, it is that time where we do have to get a little technical. So today we're going to talk about stroke types. We're talking about putting and the arc of your putter. There's so much science and research on toe hang and neck style and stroke arc. It's so much.
Yeah, it's already giving me a headache.
I know I have anxiety thinking about it. Like, how do you even pull the trigger?
There's so much information out there. What do you think people really need to know?
What you really need to know about putting? I don't know if they're ready for that, Cheyenne. Look, all right, here's the deal. Regardless of your putting type, regardless of your putting stroke, what matters is where your face is pointed in relation to your target. So face angle at impact. Are you aiming and starting the golf ball where you think you are? That is the most important part in putting in an effort to make putts.
Yes.
And Cheyenne, I'm sure you've had a couple of different putters in your lifetime. Talk a little bit about what it means to you to have a square face angle and how you achieve that.
It's like you said, the most important part of putting, because you could have the most perfect stroke. Like, it could look perfect, but if that face angle is not 100% square, you're not going to be starting it on line. You're not going to have, again, you might read the putt correctly, but you're not going to start it on your line. You're not going to make putts, and you're going to feel really bad about your putting. So back to square one. Face angle, keeping it square. I know I have one drill that I really like to do where I put a tee at the, I know you have a tee drill as well coming up, but I put a tee at the toe and at the heel of my putter. I put a black line around the entirety of my ball, line it up, center cup, straight putt. If I bring the putter back square, that line will roll perfectly into the hole. And that's how I know that I'm hitting a solid putt and the face is square.
I do love that, because if it wavers, you'll see it. I've used, and you're going to love this, you take a toilet paper roll, right? The cardboard piece at the end of the toilet paper. Put that on a floor or a green. You don't need to be outside on a green or anything to practice this. Just take that toilet paper roll, aim it straight or aim it anywhere, and make your face angle square behind the backside of the roll and stroke it. If the roll spins clockwise, then your heel came through first. And if it spins counterclockwise, your toe came through first. If you make perfect contact, that thing will slide perfectly square down the floor or grass or whatever the hell you're going to use.
Wherever you are with your toilet paper roll.
You know what? And how affordable are toilet paper rolls? We all have them.
That.
They're easily accessible, and you don't even have to do the drill out in public. So there you have it. We just got technical.
That's another week of Birdies Not BS. Don't forget to send in your questions to our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, birdiesnotbs.com. Hit us up.